All I'm reading is Glock versus pointy stick, and I'm gonna go with the Glock. And stuff, week 4. I'm so excited. Like y'all don't understand. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you all so much for participating, for joining in, for putting in your questions. If I didn't get to your question last week, make sure to get it in early so that I can reply to it. There's a 40 question that someone asked last week that I really wanted to reply to, but I didn't have enough time. So if you see this, ask that question again. I got a fun answer for you. But put your questions in and let's get into guns and stuff. The number one thing is a flashlight. This is my favorite EDC thing. If you can see, it's pretty beat up already. No matter what state you live in, you can have a flashlight. This is the thing that I use the most and that I grab the most. So favorite non-gun thing is a flashlight. As of right now, there's nothing really on the horizon. I have my 10.5, I have my 16-inch. MCX is going to be later on in the year. Right now, I'm doing some other stuff with my money that you might see, you might not. But yeah, no guns in the foreseeable future, next 2-3 months. Unless I show up with a 320, then yeah. I run factory everything. Make sure this is clear. Yeah. So I run factory everything in my guns. I've shot guns with the tungsten in them and the special fancy guide rods, and I couldn't tell the difference. If it's worn out, swap it out. If not, run the stock one. Personally, my favorite beginner AR company is Aero Precision. I have 2 other guns. Love their stuff. There are other good ones out there, but personally for me, it's going to be Aero. This is tough because the answer I'm supposed to give is AR. Get an AR and a handgun and you're good to go. Realistically though, the PCCs are legit. Depends who you are, what you like shooting, and what your application is. If you asked me a year ago, I'd say AR, but now it might be a pistol caliber carbine like the Scorpion. Yeah, it might be that. I'll shoot all kinds of targets. There's 1,000,001 online to download. For me, it's really not what target am I shooting, it's what am I doing with that target. Like sometimes I'll legit just take a Sharpie, draw a little black square, and then just do a drill with that. So it really depends on what you're doing, not necessarily what you're doing it with. They're legit, yeah, definitely follow them, know all the stuff that they do. I'm not a member, but they're legit, they're really legit. Go with the 48. The slide's a little bit longer, so it's easier to shoot, and I saw a dude burn down a course with a 48. So for me, it's gonna be the 48. Don't buy upgrades, buy a good gun. I have an SD9 over my shoulder, and that is not a good gun, so I had to buy a bunch of upgrades to make it a functional gun, and it's still not that great. Spend the extra money, get a good gun, don't make any mods. This is the gun that I shot that drill with, I posted yesterday. It is a bone stock Glock 17, nothing done to it. And every time I go to the range, I get questions of what mods did I make to it. I'm like, it's a bone stock gun, I just know how to shoot. So that gun, I still have it because for me, honestly, I don't really sell guns. I sold my VP9 because it's terrible to get my Scorpion. But besides that, I don't really sell guns. And for that, I get like 75 bucks. So for me, it's better to have a working gun that I can stick in a safe in my bedroom or in the kitchen or in my studio here. It's better just to have another gun than just to have 75 bucks. So that's why I still have it. It's not a bad gun if you know what it's for. But yeah, that's why I kept it. In a replacement for live fire, because most of us can't hit the range right now, I think they're a great option. I actually have the laser light and I put it in all my guns. I even messed with it on my Scorpion in 9mm. Not bad. Check with Miss here on the Mantis X. I've never shot one before, but I know she has it and she's been working with it, so ask her opinion on it. All these training aids as a whole, I think they're good, help you with mechanics. Straight up though, there's nothing that's gonna replace live fire at a range. If you're not putting rounds down range, you're not gonna get good. There's a lot that you can do. One that I like, 25 yards, A-zone, 2 shots under 3 seconds, so draw, bang, bang. That one's really good. It really pushes you, so I like that one. Never, because Glock is life. So in my 19, I have the Ranger Proof Swag Task Force Ranger. Not bad. I'm gonna try some other triggers, but it's not a bad trigger. For EDC, no, I know how to grip a gun, so I don't need it. It's like, no. EDC, it's not worth it to me. Additional length, additional weight, gas coming up in my face for a little bit better recoil control, I'll just grip it harder. Those aren't available in gun shops anymore. You either need to print them off on your own 3D printer, and then New York and Cali are the only places that have any stock left, so I'll check with those 2 places. That's a loaded question because this is for my outside the waistband. This is an X300. This is just like my favorite all-around pistol light, but I can't carry it. So when I'm carrying, I have the APLC, which is smaller. For this, I have the TLR6, which is a little one. Carbines, I like the Streamlight. I think it's the Rail Mount 2. That's the 600 lumen one. And the HLX is 1000. I hear that thing's beast. I got to get my hands on one of them. So I run everything. It just depends on the application. I put that money in the bank. If you go to my YouTube channel and click on any video, in the description is all the gear that I use for videos and everything like that. Besides that, though, a lot of people try to focus in on the gear. Audio and lighting are the two main areas to focus in. Ask any great photographer or videographer. Like, you can make a cell phone look and sound amazing if you know what you're doing. So focus in on audio and lighting, and then all the rest of the stuff will just complement that. PVS 14. The Sonics Aurora is cool. If you've ever walked around with a camera up to your eye walking around, you get like 1 or 2 frames of latency and it throws you off because stuff is slightly delayed. You need instantaneous information to your eye, and the Aurora isn't giving that yet. PVS 14 works different. It's not a camera system hitting a sensor. It's actually the image coming through just getting electrically manipulated. So as of right now, actual night vision is still the way to go. I gotta look up the specs on it. I don't know. There's a lot of carry ammo out there. I want to get more into it to figure out what works, but I haven't tried the Hornady stuff yet. Everything Radian is good. Their hats and stickers are good. Buy it. I will take the first one and sell the second one to buy more of the first. So here's the deal with all upgrades. I am not saying upgrades are bad. I like upgrades. What I am saying is don't look for upgrades to make you a better shooter. When it comes to pistols, there are very few upgrades that will actually increase your ability to fire and manipulate this weapon. A lot of the stuff that works better are the slide locks. The CAG works one that goes up, that's cool, stuff like that. But like internals you put in your pistol to make you a better shooter, you gotta work your finger better. That's really the best way to become a better shooter. I was going to, and then I did a poll finding out who cares about that stuff, and no one really cares, so probably not. Do you? Go for it, zip tie your optic to your AK, and live a happy life. Tacos or burritos? That's a trick question. The answer to that question is yes. Cascade Concealment, who made this? They make P80 Holsters. That's tough, because Glock only makes pistols. SIG makes everything. So SIG if you need everything, Glock if you want a pistol. So this is a great question, but I don't think you're asking me what you say you're asking me. You say, what do I do for work? I don't think you really care what I do during my day job. I think it's more, what have I figured out how to do that allows me to do gun stuff, make cool videos, and seemingly do whatever I want and have more disposable income. That's usually the question. So there's a few things that you need to focus in on. First thing is, don't believe everything you see on the internet. This is the only gun that I've purchased in the past, this year and last year. So I post guns online, but really I'm not buying that much gun stuff. The second thing is you have to set your priorities in your life. I don't drink, I don't play Xbox, I don't do most things that most people enjoy. I buy guns, I like shoes, I'll buy shoes, and that's pretty much about it. I do not have a lot of additional expenses outside taking care of my family and my life and savings and investments and things like that. So you need to make sure that you're cutting the excess stuff out of your life. You can't do 10 different things and expect one of them to grow where you want it to be. So make sure that you have that thing that you love and you're focusing all of your efforts and your time and your additional money into that thing. The last thing is you need to find a job or a career that you can win at and you can be like the best without even thinking about it. And a really great book to read about that is a book called Good to Great by Jim Collins, a phenomenal book. And in the book, there's a concept called the hedgehog principle. And it's basically 3 key areas that you look for in a job or a career. And when those 3 key areas meet, it usually means you can dive into this thing, make a lot of money, and also be super happy while you're doing it. So the first principle is, are you passionate about it? You have to do something that you're like super passionate about. If you don't care about that field, no matter how much you're making, it's not gonna matter. Like, yes, there's some jobs that suck, but people enjoy doing it. You have to look forward to going to work every day. I look forward to Mondays because I love my job. The second thing is it needs to be something people care about. Straight up, if no one cares about it, you're not gonna make any money. Yes, you are the world's best chicken wing eater. No one really cares though. So it needs to be an area that people care about and that is in addition to the market. The last one, which is usually the hardest one, is an economic driver. Have you ever been offered money to do this specific thing? And it usually sounds and it feels like someone offers you, hey, can you do this thing? You're really good. And in the back of your mind, you're like, oh, I'll just do that for free because I love to do it anyway and I'm so good at it. If you've ever had that thought or that's ever crossed your mind, that's usually an area you should dig into more. For me, I like making videos. I'm good at making videos. People ask me to make videos and I'm like, oh, I could just knock that out for you for free because I enjoy it so much. So if you can find those 3 areas and something that encompasses all of them, that's usually an area that you can dig into. You can get a phenomenal job. You can probably do it for freelance because you're already really good at it and you can make additional money to buy guns or whatever you're passionate about. This doesn't just apply to guns. It really applies to whatever you do. If you have any questions about this, shoot me a DM. I'm like super passionate about this topic, like helping people find like their next steps in their dreams. So like if you have any more questions, shoot me a DM about this one specifically and I would love to help you out. All right, that last video was like 60 videos, so I had to take a break. Now, gonna finish these last ones off and then we should be done for today. Let's get into these last questions. Yeah, I probably would carry a 10mm even like over a 45. Like for all its stopping power, bigger is better. Like why not go to 10mm over 45 if the 45 people really believe what they said they did? I don't even know what that is. Let me Google it. Lang 92. A Beretta. No. So, no matter what kind of insurance it is, insurance is designed to cover costs that you cannot cover on your own. If you can't afford a lawyer, if you cannot afford court fees, all that kind of stuff, yes, get concealed carry insurance. So, haven't shot the Triarch, but I have shot an STI. The STI was amazing, so I only imagine the Triarch's dope too. I haven't shot the OZ9 either. I'm trying to track one of those down though, because that looks like a really interesting gun. Is it worth the money? I don't know. We'll have to see. No, I don't really know if Glock makes any like true beginner guns. I think the 44 is like their 22, but that thing's not holding together really well. Try the Smith & Wesson 380 Easy. That's a really great beginner gun. And then pretty much any 22 pistol. That's what I'd start someone out on. They're not going to stay there, but it'll be a good intro for them. That's tough. Maybe the all black Fear of Gods that are coming out next week. Those look legit. Yes, more info on it. It is a holster that holds a gun inside your waistband made out of carbon fiber looking Kydex. There you go. A lot of carry questions. Cascade concealment's what I wear. That's what I use. Love them. Maryland is a tough state to carry. I have my license. It's a May issue state, not a shall issue state. So you have to go through a lot more process, provide a lot more documentation, and it's a lot longer process. But if you have the documentation and the reason, I would go for it. It's definitely worth it. My war belt, battle belt, whatever we're calling it these days, is a Trex Arms Orion belt. I'm doing a YouTube video on it and the breakdown of it. The other thing is I have some more parts coming in so I can finish it out. There's some stuff that I'm changing on it. So I don't want to talk about my belt now because it's going to change in 2 weeks. So once everything's in and it's all done, I'm going to do a full video on everything I have on it. Mechanics, gonna be honest, not a big fan, and I have no valid reason for why. The price point's there, the trigger's there, there's a legit platform, they have the salient version, so they're a legit gun. Seen some weird stuff going on with them in classes and people shooting them at the ranges where they malfunction in bad ways. If you buy one, I'm pretty sure you'll be okay though. It's legit. I don't know one person who hates that optic. Grab it. Yes, she is into guns. The issue is getting a babysitter to watch our child so that we both can go to the range together. But yep, she's into guns. She likes shooting her 380 Easy and then her 1022. Hey guys, so thank you so much for joining me for Guns and Stuff day before yesterday, I think, or yesterday. I'm losing track of the days, but it was a lot of fun. Got a lot of DMs about videography, lighting, audio, and stuff like that. So I'm going to be doing a post later this week about how to make videos, how to produce videos, things like that. And it's not what you think. There's a lot of DMs about what camera are you using. It has very little to do with the camera that I'm using. It's usually free stuff you can do. You just got to pay more attention to it. Anyway, it was a lot of fun. Gonna hit this week hard. Hope you guys had a great Monday. And I will catch you all not next Saturday, probably tomorrow with something random. We're all stuck home anyway.